Good day to you. I want to talk to you about following the Lord and not comparing ourselves to others, not worrying about others' blessings or how they may seem to have it easier or better or whatever. So to kind of look at this, we're going to look at John chapter 21, and we're going to look at verses 19 through 22. Actually, we're going to look down through 23. Okay? So, all right. So, starting in 19. Now, this is after Jesus. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should start in 18. This is after Jesus had told Peter, to feed his sheep. And he said, we're going to start in verse 18. So, this is going to be John 21, verses 18 through 23, and this is after he had told Peter to feed his sheep, because he asked him if he loved him. He said, "Do you love me?" And he did that like 3 times. So this is immediately after that. Jesus says this. Now I'm reading out of the Amplified Bible. "I assure you and most solemnly say to you, when you were younger, you dressed yourself and walked wherever you wished. But when you grow old, you will stretch out your hands and arms, and someone else will dress you and carry you where you do not wish to go." Now he said this to indicate the kind of death by which Peter would glorify God. And after saying this, he said to Peter, "Follow me, walk the same path of life that I have walked." Peter turned and saw the disciple whom Jesus loved following them, the one who also had leaned back on his chest at the supper and had said, "Lord, who is it that is going to betray you?" So when Peter saw him, he asked Jesus, "Lord, and what about this man? What is in his future?" Well, now let's stop there for a moment. So Peter, upon hearing this, I don't know, it doesn't say how he felt. Maybe he felt it was unfair. Maybe he felt like he was getting a bad deal. Maybe he was just curious. I don't know. But maybe he felt like, I get the feeling that Peter felt somehow, like he was getting shortchanged, or like the situation maybe wasn't fair, that he was getting something less than, say, the other disciple, which is John. It just happens to be John. So when Peter saw him, he asked Jesus, "Lord, and what about this man? What's in his future?" And he's trying to get that comparison. He's trying to get that comparison. And Jesus said to him, "If I want him to stay alive until I come again, what is that to you? You follow me." In other words, don't look at others. Don't worry about others and their blessings or lack thereof. But really, most of the times we envy and get jealous and protest when we see others getting something that we are not getting, and we think it's unfair. And I really think that was kind of the way Peter was going. But Peter's pretty bold. He just goes ahead and asks the question, which most of us probably would not ask, But he did. He's like, "Hey, so, well, in that case, what about this guy, And Jesus is like, "Hey, if I want him to stay alive until I come again, what is that to you? That is none of your business." That's what he's telling him. He's saying, look, that's none of your business. You follow me. Now, verse 23. "So this word went out among the brothers that this disciple John was not going to die. Yet Jesus did not say to him that he was not going to die, but only, 'If I want him to stay alive until I come again, what is that to you?'" Now, this is John writing this, so John is clarifying. Jesus did not say that he was not going to die. Jesus just said, basically, he used that as an example. Again, it's kind of the way they spoke back then. They would use kind of metaphors and examples and things. And he was really just saying to Peter, more like what we would say, that's none of your business. That's none of your business. That does not concern you. You follow me. And that's what the Lord is telling us all the time too. Quit looking at other people. Quit worrying about what they have that you don't have. Quit comparing yourself and competing with other people. It is not worth it. It's not worthy of your time. follow the Lord, follow what is good and what is right. And that's all we need to do in this life is follow Jesus. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we need to do. We don't need to worry about that. If Fred down the road is blessed with a new car and we go, oh man, I would like to have that. It's kind of okay to look at that and say, oh, that's nice. I wouldn't mind having one of those. But it's another thing when you kind of get kind of envious and jealous and like, well, I don't understand why I can't have one of those. And you get kind of the wrong attitude, It's okay to see something cool and say, oh, that's actually a good thing, or that's a good idea. That's all right. But it's when you take that step beyond and you start getting kind of resentful and bitter and you let it become a negative in your heart. That's where you're going the wrong way and doing the wrong thing. So, all right. So that's it. Just want to make sure that we remember to keep our focus on Jesus. Just remember, when you start looking at other people and comparing things like that's none of your business. Follow Jesus. That's your business. Follow the Lord. That is your business. That is your focus. That's what we should be doing. Okay? All right. So thank you for listening. May the Lord bless you and keep you. And remember, God loves you.